Welcome, my name is Sarah, and say hello to my stash. Okay, so I've been wanting to go through my stash for a while now. I've accumulated some yarn over the years. Some of it has just been sitting for a while, and a lot of it is scraps and leftovers from projects. So I kind of want to clear out those things and make space for the new things that I'm actually knitting with. So there's a broad array of different types of yarn, from your fancy, hold on, somewhere in here, from your fancy indie dyed yarns and the birdie, as I said, this, to your, let's see what we got here. Oh, we've got some like, budget friendly cotton stuff. We've got it all. I need to go through it. So let's go through it. I don't really know how I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna start with this box. This has got most of all of my indie dyed stuff. And there's a lot of stuff in here that I've been gifted that, let's be real, I'm probably never going to actually knit with it. So I'm going to try to be hardcore. Am I actually going to use this? Because I'm tired of things just taking up space and not being used. Now, I would like to say my stash may be bigger than others, and my stash may be really small compared to others. I don't care how much yarn you have. If you've got, you like to keep one skein of yarn on hand or no yarn on hand, that's awesome. I'm so happy that's how you like to do it. I like to have some yarn on hand. Now, if you like to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, or maybe even up to 1,000 skeins of yarn, and that's what makes you happy, then you go, you do it. Makes you happy and it's not hurting anybody else, who cares? But for me, I like to have a manageable stash. I like to have plans. Like, everything doesn't need to have an exact pattern and what not for it, but it needs to have okay, this 5 skeins is going to be for a sweater, that type of thing. So, and we've gotten to the point where I've got a lot of scraps and oddball things and just random yarn that I've accumulated that have no plans and no reason for me to have them. So I'm going to get rid of those, so that way when I see the pretty new yarns, I don't feel bad buying it because I don't have all this other stuff that has no reason to be there. No plans. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna push that guy I said aside so it's out of the way, and then I'm gonna kind of go through each bin. First, I'm gonna organize a little bit, and then I think I'll talk a little bit. But for now, I need to kind of sort a touch, and then I can show you a little bit more of what exactly I have. Okay, I've sorted around me a bunch of different piles of things. I'm going to keep all of my wool ease. I've got a decent amount of it, but I use it a lot in a lot of different projects. So I have this is basically all the wool ease I'm going to keep. I do have some other random scraps I'm going to get rid of, but I'm going to keep all my wool ease in this basket. I'm gonna stand it all up, lamination purity-ish, as pretty as I can make it anyways. This green here, I don't know how well it's gonna show up because my house is losing the daylight, but this green, I wanna make a sweater out of. I love this green so much. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and then when I got it for just an accent in a sock, I was like, oh, this color is actually really nice. Much nicer than it was online. So, then I also have a little bit of white wool ease that I'm gonna keep because I feel like you can always use white in things. And then there's a little, I don't want to keep all of this There's a little scrap of this that I want to keep for just in case. I also really like the Lion Brand woolies, the gray. I think it's like light heather or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. But all the rest of my woolies, all these little random bits and scraps, I'm getting rid of. I have a bag here. Try not to rustle it. A bag here that I'm going to... Note. That was not me rustling a bag, it was my husband. I'm trying really hard not to be self-conscious too. He's got headphones in and is like, I'm not gonna pay attention to you, but he's still sitting right there and he's bound to hear something. So I'm trying not to be self-conscious whilst recording. So yeah, okay, all of this, woo, threw something. Oh, my pin fell off. I have this little pin on here. I'm gonna scooch it closer. I have this little pin on my bag. It's a little prosthesis leg. It says give steps. It's got a little smiley face on it. My son is an amputee and he wears a prosthetic leg. I bought the pin from a charity that was selling them. All the money went to people who need prosthesis and don't have the money or insurance to pay for them, because prosthetic legs cost a lot of money, and without like our insurance and Children's Hospital helping us, there's no way we could afford a leg every year, because he needs one every year because kids grow. So it was an amazing cause, so I bought the pin. Yeah. Stop looking at me. What? Stop looking at me. Keep your eyes that way. All of this, all these scraps, I'm going to stick in a bag. I've got a bunch of people in my life who knit and crochet and stuff, so I'll let them go through this. Some people love scraps, and honestly, I like the idea of knitting another scrappy blanket. Like, I have my super chunky one, but yeah, it's probably not actually gonna happen. So I'm just going to give all of my little bits and bobs to other people. I also have some scraps of Caron Simply Soft that I plan on getting rid of. And then, okay, here's where I start to get a little, I have to start being a little strict with myself, because I have a decent amount of bowl skeins of even like some acrylic stuff that are just a single skein or two skeins, not really enough for me to do a whole project with, and I'm not as big into color blocking, and I could make little things with them, but I'm not into a lot of the accessory knitting, not as much as I used to. I could make other stuff, I'm sure, but I'm trying to be like, okay, what do you actually want to make now or within the next year or two? And the answer for all of these has been pretty much nothing. So I have some leftover Hobie Amigo from my Malway tweed sweater that I knit. And then I also have two of this dark gray Hobie Amigo that, I mean, sure, I could probably knit a baby sweater with it, or a few hats or mittens. Like, I can think of a ton of different things I can knit with this and would like with it, but am I really gonna do it? No. So full balls and skeins are going in here. And then same with these two. I have a couple balls of Caron Simply Soft. I really like this yarn. I have a sweater knit out of it. I was wearing it earlier today before my house got too hot. And I've knit my sister a sweater out of the black. This is actually what this is. It's leftover from knitting my sister a sweater. And yeah, it's really nice yarn for like a budget-friendly acrylic yarn. I really like it. But do I need to, I mean, they're partially used, but mostly full. Do I need them? No. So, getting rid of. I have some leftover Hobie Metallico from a sweater I held it double with. I made the, oh, what did I make? I made the home sweater V-neck, I think, by Kadri, and I held it double with Kinetic Knitter, a beautiful hand-dyed yarn. So I held those two and made a gorgeous sweater, but I have extra that I don't need, and definitely probably wouldn't use actually for anything else. So I've got a little bit of Mary Maxim Woodlands left over, getting rid of. And then my super bulky yarn, which I don't knit with a whole lot anymore. Okay, and then I have these ones, which are loops and threads, cozy wool tweed. I'm currently knitting a sweater out of these ones, so obviously I will be keeping them to finish my sweater. I really only think that I need one other ball though. I don't think I'm going to need both, but I'm going to keep them until I am done with the sweater. That way I don't accidentally run out, because that would really suck. So, and then these two are going to become a sweater for my daughter. I failed on the one for her Christmas gift, so I pulled these down. We're like, what would you think of one that, like a raglan, like with this on the body and then this with like on the sleeves? And she's like, that sounds amazing. So saving this for her. And then I have 4 balls of this Fable for fur from Knit Picks. Super fluffy fur yarn. I was planning on making an Amelia hat for my father and then made him socks instead. So now I have 4 balls of fur. And I want to make a polar. I want to make a bear, a stuffed animal bear. So yeah, I have 4 balls of this. So I'm going to keep it to knit myself a stuffed animal bear. I made my mother one a few years ago now. I think 3 or 4 years ago now. I made her a bear out of some white fluffy yarn. And it was so cute. So I kind of want to knit myself a bear. It may sound silly, but I really want one. So keeping this, it's going to become a stuffed animal. Now, what shall we move on to next? Oh, I have some commercial wool stuff happening over here. I have 3 balls of this Hobie Divina left over from my cotton grass jumper. This yarn was gifted to me from Hobie, Hobby, however you want to say it. I've heard it both ways. This yarn was gifted to me. I knit the cotton grass jumper, and then my husband proceeded to shrink and felt my sweater. So my daughter actually wears it now. I have these 3 full balls left. I really don't know what I'd knit with them. I definitely know I probably won't use this one, so I'm going to get rid of this guy. But these 2 I'm keeping because I really want another sweater out of this yarn. I really like it. It's very comfortable and lightweight and cozy at the same time. I knit my, what other sweater did I knit out of? My classic sweater. I knit out of the sage color, and it's so comfortable. It does pill a lot, but I don't really mind that so much. But I kind of want a full sweater out of this one, I think. The cardamom, I think, is that color. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep both of these as a just in case I go to buy another sweater quantity's worth. I know the dye lot might not match, but that's okay. I'm not that, like, you just use the extra one for like the ends of the sleeves or something. I don't know. Now, how about we do the cottons? Because I've got quite the pile of cottons happening over here. I also have this ball of roving somebody gave to me, and I was thinking in my head, oh, I'd love to do some drop spindle spinning. Not gonna happen. Getting rid of it. No need to keep it. Okay, cotton, 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 cotton. Okay, I have 4 balls of this cotton merino from Mayflower. I bought it off of Hobie's website. It's not Hobie's yarn. It is 50% wool, 50% cotton. It is mulesing free. It is a gray, color 203. I hate number names for colors. It drives me crazy. But it's a super soft gray. It's a little cooler than it's showing up on screen. Everything's a little cooler. I've got lamps on. It's a winter day. It's dark. So keeping these, I plan on knitting a tank sort of thing out of it. Let's see, what other yarns do we got over here? Okay, wow. Okay, anyways, I have a lot of scraps still left over from frogging my rainy day sweater, which was a crochet sweater that I had made. I still have all of this left over from frogging that crocheted sweater. I already knit a sweater with this, and I kind of want to knit a tank top with it because I feel like there's probably enough to knit a tank. So I might try and do that this summer. I want to make more summer garments. This is Wool in the Gang, Billie Jeans. It's nice yarn. It's not like dreamy soft cotton, like it's recycled jeans, so it's not super soft. It feels like denim. I like denim though, so the feel of like rough cotton denim-y like fabric does not bother me in the least. I don't mind it. I am sensitive to like rough wools, but not to rough cottons. I have some Paint Box DK cotton leftovers from making a baby blanket for my son. These two are the color pistachio, and I kind of want to order more of this actually to make myself a summer sweater. There's this really pretty garter stitch sweater that I've been kind of like wanting to draft up. So yeah, those are a keep. I feel like most of my cottons I'm going to keep because I always find a use for them. I am going to get rid of this dark blue denim cotton though. This is Lion Brand's Cotton Jeans yarn. I'm not a huge fan of this dark blue. This was a gift for a yarn swap I had done quite a few years ago. I don't remember. I obviously had something I was knitting with it because this is a big hot mess. Okay, these two. Getting rid of. Oh, here's some more of that Billie Jeans. That's too small. That's too small. We're just gonna, can't do anything with that. Okay, I should have a third ball of this somewhere. I don't know where the heck it went though. But I have 3 balls of this Hobie cotton rainbow yarn. It's black, you can't really tell. But there should be a third ball of this, and I was going to crochet myself a summer top, but if I can't find the third ball, I won't be making that with it. So we'll have to see what I find. But basically, I'm keeping all of this cotton yarn because I like to knit dishcloths. Dishcloths are relaxing for me. I enjoy to make them. I have a lot of white because I was going to make a project bag. Is that a bug? No, it's a piece of dirt. I plan on making a bag with it, and then I use a different color. So I have a bunch of this, which is fine because I knit a lot of white dishcloths. So all the cotton is staying. Now I have a bunch of this Kobu, this Lion Brand pink. It's like a bamboo yarn. I think it's all bamboo maybe. What is this? It is cotton and bamboo. I bought this, was going to knit myself a tank top, and then realized what the heck was I thinking. I hate pink, especially this kind of pink. I don't mind like a more mauve-y pink or a more like dusty, dirty pink. This is a proper pink. So yeah, and then I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna make my daughter a sweater out of this or a summer top, and no, I'm not. I'm going to get rid of this because I'm not actually going to make anything with it, and it's just going to continue to sit in my stash, and every year I'm going to say, I'm going to make that. And I've had it for 3 years now, and it is still sat there, so time to get rid of it. Got some mustard cotton, some brown cotton, some random gray and black cotton, which is kind of, all the cotton usually lives in a basket up in my thing, so all of that. Now the question is, do I get rid of this one? Not sure there's quite enough of this to knit anything I'd wear in summer. It is 100% cotton though, so I could totally make dishcloths with it. So always, I'm always knitting with dishcloths. Like I'm constantly getting more yarn for that. I did think I was almost out, but I covered a bunch, so I could have saved myself buying some cotton recently because I found a bunch. So yeah, that's that. Okay, now I have my floofy yarns. All of this is from Hobie. This is all the Alpaca Blaze base, which is, let me tell you, it is 40% acrylic, 30% alpaca, 30% polyamide. It is nice and soft. Not as soft as it could be because it's a good chunk acrylic and, you know, faux fibers. So let's see here. I have a bunch of this white, which I'm actually currently knitting with. I just cast on a sweater, so I'm actually going to set that aside so I have it ready for the sweater I'm knitting. I have this, which is left over. Ooh, there's skunk in it. Dropped it on the floor and it picked up stuff. Yeah. I have this color, which is nougat, which I held double in my mushroom sweater. I only used a tiny bit of a 5th ball. I bought 4 originally and then thought I was gonna run out on the 4th, and I did. And then I used just a teeny bit of this one. So annoying. But I have 2 balls of this now. I'm gonna keep these because I will probably find something to use because it's a pretty neutral color and I could knit a hat or whatever with it. No set plans right now, but I'm sure I will use it. I have 4 of color 30. Don't know what color that is. I think it's like mushroom or something like that. 4 of those. I have 4 of color 25. It's really, really pretty, like, green color. I had a sweater I thought I was going to knit with it, but the other green was too dark for it. It was going to look too marled. I don't mind if like the floofy yarn that's being held doubled, like, it doesn't have to match exactly. I'm not that picky, but I want it to look somewhat similar or be like accenting or whatever. It just wasn't gonna work with the yarn, but I'm gonna keep it because I'm sure I will knit something in the future. I have this 1 ball of black. I don't know why on earth I bought 1. I think I had a project in mind, but I don't know what the heck it was. Don't know what the heck I bought this for. So I'm keeping it in case it comes to mind again, or if I decide to knit something else out of black. And then I have a bunch of this yarn. Color 15. Yeah, this is not what it was online. It's way too orangey and fake orangey looking. So we're getting rid of that because I won't actually ever knit with that. And yeah, no good. I have this ball of mohair, which was very generously sent to me by a friend so I could test a different type of mohair to see if I was sensitive to it. Heck to the yes, I am. I like knit a little swatch, put it on my thing, broke out like crazy. So getting rid of that. I was thinking about putting, like, knitting some fingerless gloves with it, but it still itches my wrist too much. So yeah. Then what do we got over here? I've got some leftovers from knitting my fingerless gloves, whole super soft. I'm gonna keep this because I think I'm gonna knit another pair of fingerless gloves with them. Maybe not in those 2 exact colors together, but a variation on that. I have this Holst Garn Tides. I've got 5 of this actually. I only have 4 right here, but I'm starting a sweater with this, holding that with that whole alpaca blaze. So those are going to become a sweater, so we'll just hook them over there. And then I have some Holst Garn Super Soft in this green. It looks black on the screen because it is a dark green. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Honestly, I think I might, like, that stuff I'm giving away. This stuff, I don't know. Like, maybe I'll give this one away too. I don't like the Super Soft. I really like the Tides and the Coastal base, but this Super Soft is not soft at all, and it's so itchy. I might knit a pair of fingerless gloves or gloves with them, but I'm not going to need all 3. So I'll probably keep all 3 for right now, but chances are the next time I go through my yarn, I'll probably get rid of 2 of those. Then I have this Happy Sheep black, super dark gray yarn. It's 100% baby's wool. And then I have this cone of Holst Garn. It is the Coastal base, which is 50% cotton, 50% wool. And I want to knit a dress. I want to knit a dress so bad. So that's what this is going to be at some point. Let's see, I have a couple of random balls of sock yarn. I have this ball of Happy Toes from Hobbii. This was actually free yarn. If you like sign up with Hobbii, you get like points that you can redeem. So I redeemed for some sock yarn. So I got some free sock yarn in the last purchase of yarn I made. And then we have some Felici worsted sock. This is the, what is this color? Double Dog Dare. I plan on knitting my daughter a pair of socks out of this. She really likes this color, so I'll knit her a pair of socks with this. Now we've got the indie dyed stuff. So I kind of have them sorted into piles. I have my mini skeins and my full skeins, and the goal here is to be a little harsh and brutal to clear out some stuff. So let's do it together, shall we? Okay, first is yarn that I actually bought for a swap. The swap did not happen. This is, I don't remember the dyer, and it only has a little thing on it, a little tiny tag on it that says the colorway is Salem, and it is 75/25 superwash merino nylon. It's a really pretty color, and then I had attached 2 of my own mini skeins with it because I thought it'd make really pretty socks. It will make for really pretty socks. I'm gonna keep it for now because I would actually like to knit some socks out of this. Since it has not been gifted, I'm gonna, I think, keep it for myself. I've had this yellow yarn. I dyed this myself a while ago, and I have not knit with it in 4 years, so I'm probably not going to. So, get rid of it. Some of this hand-dyed get rid of stuff I might use for giveaways or gift to certain people. I don't know yet. Oh my lord. I have 2 bare skeins of yarn that I'll keep. I will probably dye something to, you know, make something. I have this beautiful Western Sky Knits yarn. It's this gorgeous blue with speckles. I plan on knitting a pair of socks out of it, I think. No, this pair, I think, this one, I think I wanted to make a hat or mittens. I don't know yet, but it's gonna be something fabulous. I love the yarn. I picked it up on one of our vacations. Let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3 skeins of Surella's Home colorway. The 2 I've required more recently are obviously a different dye lot, so they do not match the original skein I had. I do plan on making a sweater out of this. I actually am going to hold it with some black alpaca, and I plan on knitting like the bulk of my sweater in these 2, and then using this one for like the ends of the sleeves and like the neckline, something like that. So it doesn't match exactly, but it looks like it's intentional. So keeping those 3, it's gonna become a sweater. I've got the Kinetic Knitter. This was part of a collaboration her and I did, the Into the Thicket collection, and we did a trade for some yarn. So there's that. This is Little Wolf Knits. Can you show me one thing? This yarn is really pretty, and I'm struggling with this one, and there's another one in here. This one is Plucky Knitter. Oh, they're so pretty, and they work really well together. I love both of these yarns, and it's so hard to get rid of them or to keep them. This one, the speckling and the blue on it is so friggin' perfect. Probably can't really see, but oh my lord, how good is that? But it has purple in it. I hate purple. This one too, I love the speckling and the orange and the blue, but there's a lot of purple in it. Ugh, but they're just so good. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna set these aside for right now. This one is Hypothesis Yarns. She's no longer dyeing yarn, which is sad because she makes some gorgeous yarns. This one she sent to me, and I think we had done like a trade for a painting or something. I don't remember. But I'm gonna get rid of this one. It is gorgeous, but again, I don't like purples very much. I think I'm gonna pass that one along to somebody else. I have another one here. Another purple skein I'm going to do the same with. This is one that I dyed. It's so dark you're not going to see it on screen. So yeah, I'm going to pass that one along. What else do we have here? Here's another pass along one. I don't remember the dyer of this one. And then I kind of failed to over dye it anything particularly exciting. So I'm just going to pass this one along. It's blue and green, and it's not really my thing. So passing that one along. I have leftover kinetic knitter from my home sweater v-neck. There's 90 grams left of this. I had to crack into it to take just a tiny bit for a hem, and so, or the neckline. So I used a whole 10 grams. So I wrote that on here, calculated out how many yards should be in there. So I have that. I've already used it. I don't really have anything else I want to knit with that color, so going to pass that one along. This one was recently gifted to me in a swap. This is Magpie Swanky Sock, and I don't know. I feel like, yes, I want to keep this one because I really like dark, moody colors, so I feel like I'm going to keep this one. Okay, so I was excited to see this because I have Googled over Lola Beans yarns for a while. She's got a lot of gorgeous stuff, but I don't really know if I actually like this one a ton. This color is it's the base. The color is Thread and Maple, and the mini skein is called Gritty. I'm just not a huge fan of it, and I feel like I wouldn't wear these socks quite as much because I like darker socks on my feet because I have children and they make gross messes. And to be honest, I'm not going to knit socks for somebody else in this color either. I don't think anybody else would really appreciate this. So I'm going to pass this along to somebody else who will love it and cherish it. Again, trying to be strict and brutal here. Here's two super dark greens that I dyed, and I forget, there's something I wanted to knit out of this, so I am keeping that. Notice the theme, all the darker colors are staying. There, I've got some Malabrigo sock. I just picked this up on our last vacation. I think I'm going to do some fingerless, or not some fingerless, some fingered gloves with this, I think. Or fingerless, I don't know. They're going to become gloves. There is this gorgeous skein of Bigfoot yarn and another green. I've got a lot of greens here. I'm going to keep this for now. I'm not really sure what I'm going to make with it. There's nothing like popping into mind, but I just love that color so much I'm going to keep it. I have this Little Wolf Knits. This is the seagrass color. This is a DK. Wow, it's spitting out the bottom. I have one of it caked up. I have 2 balls of this. And then I do plan on using this, I think, for a pair of shorts. Some shorts. And then I'm going to hold it, not hold it, the accent color is going to be this, which I don't remember where this is from, or I know the colorway name. It's called Sneaker Waves, but I don't remember the dyer. And apparently the ball band is gone. So keeping those because I already have a project in mind for them. Have this yarn from Oaken Fiber. This is Storefront. It's really pretty green. This is going to be socks. This is not my color, if you can't tell. This is Bella Filato Holly Jolly from her Christmas collection last year, maybe this year too, I don't remember. But I bought this for a yarn swap. I was a dum-dum and didn't realize it was a pre-order, doy. Once I ordered it and got the email, was like, ah, fudge. Totally my fault. Should have realized it wasn't going to be there in time for the yarn swap. So I ordered some other yarn for the yarn swap. And then got this, and not really my colors, but I'm going to keep it because my daughter loves this. So I'm going to knit her some socks instead. So keeping that's going to be for my daughter. I've got this crazy mustard, super rich and gorgeous. Plan on using this for heels, toes, and cuffs for a couple pairs of socks. And then the rest of it is all these partial skeins, which is where I start to struggle. Wait, no, I have another full skein. This is, hold on, there we go. This is Coast to Coast Yarn Company's, one of her mushroom colorways. This is Brittle Gill. Super pretty, neutrally, speckly, just absolutely fabulous. Plan on keeping this one. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. Probably some socks. hold it double and make some DK socks. And then I'm going to probably use the shiitake color and use that for the heel toes and cuffs. So bam, those two staying. But the rest of these like balled up skeins, I don't know. Some of them are caked for things. Some of them are leftovers. I do have some leftover Christmas yarns that my goal is to collect all the different Christmas yarns and then make a scrappy pair of Christmas socks. That's the plan. I have a ball of crazy yarn that I will use for some socks. Keeping this blue. I don't think I have anything I need this for. I need a pair of socks out of it. It's not a color I'll probably use for heels, toes, or cuffs, so I think I'm going to pass that one along. I have a mostly unused cake of undyed. Keep. Always use undyed. There's a partial skein of some random wool. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm also going to get rid of this one. This is Bella Filato Studios. This is a stunning pink that I knit my Soho top by Kadri out of, and then realized the color and my skin matched too closely. I love this, but it looked like I was naked. So it's a perfect Sarah nude color, and didn't realize that. Didn't think it was going to be that close to my skin color. So I'm going to get rid of the rest of that because I probably won't knit anything else with it. I don't think I'd knit socks out of this color. It's not one that I think, oh, put that on my feet. So then I've got a few cakes left over of my alpaca yarn from knitting my champagne cardigan. I've been wanting to knit a hat, like a marled hat out of this, but I don't know if I like the feel of that on my forehead. I like the idea of keeping it and knitting something with it, but I don't know. Another pile of I don't knows. Let's see. Caked up light gray, which keep for heels, toes, and cuffs and other things. I have a couple balls of self-striping yarn that I dyed. We'll pull it up there. It's like, got a burgundy, a gray, and then a like creamy-ish colored with speckles on them. It's a worsted or DK, I don't remember. I might knit some shorties. I don't know if I can get a full pair of socks out of it, but I might knit some shorties with them and then hold this light gray for the heels, toes, and cuffs. So we'll keep those for now. I've got this mustard that I've been using for heels, toes, and cuffs for socks, DK socks. I have this yarn that I knit myself a pair of shorty socks out of that was too small. And honestly, I don't know if I'd knit another pair out of this. I think I'm going to gift this. I'm going to get rid of it. It's one of those things where it's like I bought it on vacation and I'd love to make something with it so I can remember that vacation. But you know what? I remember the vacation just fine without the yarn. Trying to be strict here, people. I have another ball of stuff for heels, toes, and cuffs. Ball of stuff for heels, toes, and cuffs. Ball of gray heels, toes, and cuffs. Oh my lord. Okay, now let's get into the mini skeins. Okay, so I've gotten rid of an okay amount of hand-dyed, I feel like. I'm still undecided on these two. I love them. I love to look at them. That's the thing, I like to look at them, but I don't know if I'd knit with them. You know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna say gift. It's not because I don't like it, guys. It's because I'm not gonna use it and I want it to be loved. It's not being loved. Sitting in a cupboard. It's gonna go be loved. This one. What's the contents in this? You know, I could knit some socks out of it. You know what? It's merino and silk. That makes me want to knit with it even more. Because isn't silk really strong? Could I knit socks out of that? Pretty sure I can knit socks out of that. And if I held it double to make some DK, like some really pretty like shorties. Keeping it. Keeping it. I'm keeping it. Okay. Let's go through my minis. I don't like it. It's gray. You can always use gray. And by the way, this is a mirror. This is like a combo of my hand dyed stuff and then stuff from my Stress Knits advent calendar, and then some are over dyed from my Stress Knits calendar because there's a lot of pastels and I don't do pastels, so I over dyed them. I have a lot of blue. Don't need any more blue. I really like that one. This is like a peachy brownie. I don't know how to describe it. Pale pink, don't like it. Getting rid of it. Light gray with green speckles, get rid of it. This like mauve with black speckles, I like it. These three I put together for my Halloween costume. I'll just wear that for a second. This bright blue I want to use in a pair of socks for like stripe. Yes. Pastel gray and pink, get rid of. Orange, maybe stripe in a sock. Orange, stripe in a sock. This green, I always like greens. Brown, I like brown. Another brown, I like browns. White, can always use a white. This green, do I like this green? Could be your Christmas socks, heels, toes, and cuffs. Green, I like it. Oh, this one I love. This is one of my hand dyed, like back when I was actually dyeing yarns. This was one of my coral colors. It's like Pantone 2018's colorway or something like that. Maybe, I don't remember. Oops. Sorry, that was loud, I'm sure. Okay, keep gray. Always use grays. Always use grays. White with gray and brown speckles. It's a lot of white. We're being strict here. Get rid of. If I have to think about it too much. Little teeny tiny mystery black one. I don't know what the heck this is. Get rid of. Get rid of. Ooh, I love this one. This was one of my favorite ones from Stress Knits. It's like a pink with like green speckles in it. Like, fabulous. Keeping. Pink. Get rid of. Pale blue. Get rid of. What is that? Is that gray or is that blue? I don't know what that is. What is that? Gray, blue, green. It's literally all colors. My eyes are tripping. It doesn't know what to think. Hold up to another color. I don't know. Keep it. It's making me think. I like it. Get rid of. Blue with pink speckles. Get rid of. Orangey, pinky, speckly. Get rid of. Pale green. Keep. Mauve. Get rid of. I don't usually like these colors, but I had fun dyeing it, so I'm keeping it. It's blue and mauve and green. Keep. This random little blue thing. Get rid of. I like all of these. Wow, I think I got rid of half. Maybe not quite half. Almost half my mini skeins. Let's go through them one more time. Got it really. Think about it really. Get rid of. Okay, this is just a bowl of random scraps. This actually matches my Bella Filato. Gonna wind that up and stick that with it. Bam. The rest of this is just oddball little guys for my scrappy blanket. I have like my ball of my magic ball of scraps. So like once I make a couple of granny squares, once there's not enough yarn in that little ball to make any other squares, then I add it to this bigger ball that I will use to trim my granny square blanket in. So yeah, that's a hot tangly mess that I kind of don't want to deal with right now. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Oh, that's another hot tangly mess. I also kind of want to do a DK weight something or other. I don't know. But all my little scraps and bits go in here. And then I also have this ball of hand-dyed striping yarn that I did a while ago. Keeping that and actually stick it with the yarn. Is that it? No, I missed a bag. I have my Drops Lima in here in this bag. I haven't taken out of the shipping bag yet. It is, I have this white and then this purpley wine color. It always shows up better on screen than it is in person. It's like a fake pinky. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 balls of this and 4 balls of the white. The plan was to do a Christmas sweater. I'm going to over dye the pinky purpley stuff so I can make that, because I won't make it if it's like that. So, oh, and then I forgot this. I have my basket of We Are Knitters yarn that was gifted to me for a kit that I was supposed to like share and stuff on my Instagram, which I did. I was supposed to get this color and then a mustard color, but they never sent me the mustard color. They sent me all this color. So I told them I can't really start this color work sweater without the other color. I haven't heard anything since then. So I'm not going to knit the sweater pattern that I got anyways. I actually found some people saying the pattern was actually very confusing to follow. So, and I don't have time for confusing patterns. I have a hard time reading regular patterns that don't have any issues. So I'm going to take this fabulous yarn and not use their pattern and knit somebody else's pattern so I can actually enjoy the yarn and not want to rip my hair out. So yeah, that's it. That's a lot of yarn. I do feel pretty good about what I pared down. I might actually, as I'm putting things back in the cupboard, might pare it down even a little bit more, because it usually takes me a few times to look at something to really make a decision. But I do have less sweater quantities than I thought. I thought I had more sweater quantities. I have this sweater quantity, which I'm knitting with right now. So that's one. I have the Christmas sweater one that I plan on over dyeing. I have the We Are Knitters sweater quantity. I have the green indie dye one sweater quantity, and then I have this cone, and then I have the fuzzy yarn, the loops and thread one that I'm knitting with right now, which I'm in the, like halfway through the sweater, so I don't know if I can really count that as a sweater quantity anymore. For some reason I thought I had like 10 sweater quantities worth of yarn. Was like, I can't buy any more yarn because I have too many sweater quantities worth. I actually don't. That makes me feel better though. So I mean, 2 of those I'm knitting with right now. So I have 4 sweater quantities worth of yarn now after I knit those. So that's not too bad. And the rest of it is, well, a good bulk of it is cotton yarn for dishcloths, which I knit a lot of each year. And then a lot of alpaca that will be paired with other yarns eventually, maybe. I do have a sweater quantities worth of fingering weight coming from Wool Warehouse because I really want to knit a fingering weight sweater this year. So I do have another sweaters quantity worth coming that I probably don't need, but yeah. So I'm feeling good. I've got way less mini skeins than I did before. I can put them all in one hand, or 2 hands. 1 arm load, which makes me happy. Oh my word, so many interruptions in this video. There's gonna be so much editing I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cut it there. Gonna call it good. Thank you so much for coming along and looking at all my pretty yarns with me and helping me to go through them. I hope it inspires you to go through your stash. Let me know what yarns you thought were like amazing, or you maybe want to see more of, or if there's yarn that I'm getting rid of, you're thinking, what the crap are you doing? What are you thinking? I want to know. What do you think about stashes? Do you have a big stash, little stash, medium stash? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe to catch my future videos, which there will be more videos. I kind of want to talk more in depth about things that I'm wanting to make and being more intentional with what I'm making. So something like that coming soon. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Have a fabulous rest of your day. We will see you next time. Bye.